Go Vancouver is all about fashion today at the University of the Fraser Valley. Coming up,
maxi dresses,
absolute style at UFV,
I like working with youth.
a youth center on wheels,
Inspires people.
and rock climbing meets dance. Welcome to Go Vancouver on Shaw TV. I'm your host, Paul McClellan. Today, we're at the University of the Fraser Valley for the Absolute Style Grad Fashion Show. It's an opportunity for students to showcase their best work at this gala event.
Today's the year-end fashion show, so we have pieces that we've been working on since September. We've got coats, jackets, everything in all our electives, so machine knitting pieces. All the grads have put together three-piece collections.
Basically, all the students work throughout the year, first years and second years, but the majority of second years will be on display on the runway. And we also have an open house down in D building.
Fashion design students from the University of the Fraser Valley presented their finished work at Absolute Style, the glitzy conclusion to the two-year program.
My collection is bohemian resort wear. So it's maxi dresses, cover-ups, bathing suits, very casual, but the prints make my collection pop.
Kevin Hunter, Kick Menswear.
I'm doing a menswear collection, so it's non-conformist menswear. It's innovative, it's different, it's fresh and new, so the prints and silhouettes are very bold. And I'm also drawing inspiration from Korean trends, Korean pop culture.
Megan McDonald, Gintz Design.
My collection is equestrian based, so it's all riding wear. So you're going to see tailcoats for the dressage rider. They're specific to certain disciplines within the equestrian world, so that's what I base mine off of.
The varied interests of the student designers are clear as the program encourages originality while covering a wide array of industry skills.
We learn the basics of pattern making, which is, in my opinion, a great skill to have because you can understand how to construct garments and that helps you sew. So then we have the sewing classes, we have drawing class, we get to learn how to use the programs on the computer like Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, which is essential in the fashion world. And also we get to do more creative things like surface design and weaving. So it's a fusion of a lot of things.
Well, I started out in criminology actually, but walking by D building all the time and seeing the displays, I knew criminology wasn't for me, and so I thought I'd give fashion a try, and luckily I got into the program and I'm so glad that I took it. I've learned so much. I've come from never sewing, never even touching a sewing machine before, to creating a full collection and coats, jackets, bustiers, swimsuits, which were a pain to create, but you know, they're great.
Seeing their work on stage is the end of 2 years of hard work for these students and a time to smile as they share the fruits of their labor.
From coming from nothing to like being able to see a runway show that you've been a part of is amazing. Like to just see your collection and yeah, just garments that you constructed from start to finish.
I feel like a lot of weight has been lifted off my shoulders and I feel a lot more confident going into the fashion world and applying for jobs.
It's really nice. It's pretty exciting. Worked really hard. We've been working on these projects since September, so it's a whole year of work going down the runway. And it doesn't seem like a whole year's work when it's just like 2 minutes on the runway, but you know it's that much effort and it's pretty exciting.
We'll be back here at UFV later in the show to find out more about their fashion program. But right now we're headed up to Coquitlam, where youth have an interesting opportunity to go to a youth center that happens to be mobile.
It's a really funky prop. It's a painted thing, as you can see, and it drives around, and kids are like, there's a bus, there's a bus. And so you draw them in, and then you can have conversations. You engage and communicate, build relationships, and then you can have those really tough conversations about what's going on for them in their life and how we can help and refer them to resources.
It's a youth center on wheels. The Access Youth Outreach Services Project Reach Out bus is one of 3 on the road every Friday and Saturday night. This bus starts out in Coquitlam and drives to where the teens are in the Tri-Cities, reaching out and bringing outreach services to them.
We'll get texts and phone calls, and kids will say, hey, we're over here, can you come by? And then the bus will go by and hang out with the kids, and sometimes they just want to get something to eat or hang out, and sometimes they need help. You get everything from playing, soccer in a park to the most traumatic and dramatic, issues that youth face today.
The bus makes several stops throughout each of the nights it's on the road, at parks, rec centers, and school grounds, 52 weeks of the year, rain or shine. Outreach worker David Doucette has been reaching out with the bus for 5 of the 9 years it's been on the road.
It's part of what I really enjoy doing. I like working with youth. I like being able to make a difference in my community and being that adult figure that a lot of these youth don't have.
The Reach Out program spins its wheels thanks to donations, fundraisers, and grants. Its priority is to connect with teens between 12 and 18, but they've never turned anyone away.
We're like, oh my God, youth bus, let's go, let's call the youth bus, like every Friday and Saturday. Just we run outside. And we're the first one in the door, we're like, yes. Sadly, they don't come during the week.
The access bus, the teen bus, the sex bus, it really doesn't matter what the kids call the bus. It's the fact that it's out here helping them with issues, passing along information, or perhaps even just passing along a free pastry. But beyond just what is on the bus, it's more about who is on the bus.
The workers here, they're all cool and everything, and it's fun. And they give you support, and they're here to talk with you about anything.
The Reach Out bus is staffed with volunteers and workers trained in social work and to work with kids and youth.
I'm blessed to have quite a few staff that build relationships with these kids, and they're out there till midnight making sure everybody's safe, and that's pretty powerful because these kids need us.
And even if it's not to talk about sex or some education on substance abuse, the bus team is still there just to hang out and chat about whatever is on the teens' minds.
The staff, they're really fun and funny.
They're awesome, they're chill, and you can basically tell them anything.
Going out at night, having the opportunity to spend my Friday nights with youth in the community, being involved in their lives, being able to help support them and help change them for the better, and being able to guide them in any way that I can. It's part of what I really enjoy doing.
At the end of the day, it's the kids, because they rely on us every weekend, and we'd like to see buses in every community.
But for now, they circle Coquitlam, the rest of the Tri-Cities, and the Langley areas, connecting with over 4,400 teens in the 5 municipalities.
These kids, they could be your son, your daughter, your grandchild, and they could be the next teacher, lawyer, carpenter, whoever.
Be safe.
And they say it takes a whole village to raise a child, but we've come to believe it takes the troubles of youth to raise a village. Hear them, and they will guide us.
In Coquitlam and the Tri-Cities, I'm Tiffany Gurdon for Go Vancouver.
AccessYouth.org is the website for more information on the teen bus. They've served over 32,000 youth over the entire existence of the program. It's a pretty innovative, interesting new idea. I've never heard of anything like that. If you know of someone doing something innovative in the Lower Mainland, let us know. Send us a tweet at GoVanTVShow. Still to come,
we've danced many of the buildings downtown.
A new way to dance on walls.
So you get a unique product.
And some sweet custom shoes.
Hairstyling for Johanna Ward and the Go Vancouver reporters is provided by Aveda Institute, found online at avedainstitute.ca.
Welcome back to Go Vancouver on Shaw TV. Today we're at UFV for the Absolute Style Grad Fashion Show. Now up next, have you ever thought about combining dance and rock climbing? If you say you had, I'm probably not going to believe you, but that's exactly what Ariosa is all about.
Suspended by bungee cables, they glide through the air with no inhibitions.
It really inspires people because I think deep down everybody wants to fly.
These aerial dancers are as close as it gets to flying.
It's this whole idea of turning gravity sideways.
This is Ariosa, a group that marries contemporary dance with rock climbing. Formed in 2001, these performers are all about creating dance in unexpected places.
Which means that we dance on the sides of buildings, we dance in public atriums like this, we dance on cliffs.
Here's Ariosa performing on the face of the Squamish chief. It's one of the most memorable experiences for dancer Kara Sue.
That whole experience brought us together as a team like never before, and it was a great experience to be outside in nature.
Kara has been dancing since she was 6 and rock climbing shortly after. Ariosa gives her the chance to use both skill sets.
I've been able to take my dance and feed it into my rock climbing, and vice versa, the rock climbing into the dance.
Even though the dancers are in full costume performing in front of an audience, what you're actually seeing right now is a rehearsal. And over the next couple of hours, the dancers are going to be tweaking their performance before they perform it right here at Woodward's atrium.
The pathways and everything is pretty clear. Like, you guys are remembering most of it?
Yes. Pretty much all of our rehearsals are open rehearsals.
It's great. I mean, it's like you get instant feedback.
Is it going to be higher?
These open rehearsals inspired the piece they're working on today called Refugia.
Refugia is based a little bit about what it is to be dancing in a private space, but that's very public.
The idea came from taking refuge in public spaces, which is what we do a lot as an aerial dance company.
And it doesn't get much more public than dancing on the side of a building.
So one of our favorite places to dance is the Vancouver Public Library. We've danced many of the buildings downtown. This is our new favourite place, it seems, the Woodward's atrium.
And this summer, they're taking their performances into the trees, with performances lined up at UBC Botanical Gardens and in Stanley Park. At Woodward's atrium on West Hastings, I'm Jen Moranitz for Go Vancouver.
Ariosa.com has a full schedule of their upcoming performances if you want to see more of that. Now into local craftsmanship. Handmade shoes are not something you really think exists anymore, but Dunya Tozy found a cobbler in Vancouver who's doing exactly that.
Having a shoe that's made just for you. A shoe that's durable, classic, and timeless. That's what drives Vancouver shoemaker Renee McDonald.
It fills my mind all the time. It gives me something always to be, my mind's always working on it, working on new design details and construction, and it just keeps my mind busy, but in a really productive and happy kind of way.
And it wasn't something Renee envisioned for her life, but 6 years ago came a turning point when a brainstorming session with a friend gave her the push to take a shoemaking course.
I played around for a year or so, just in my dining room and wherever I could find some space, making shoes for myself. I made a pair a month just to make sure I was like moving in the direction of learning all the time.
She worked in shoe retail, then repair, and in 2012 she opened her own shoemaking business, Westerly Handmade Shoes, and her unique designs have attracted a lot of attention.
Everybody loves having something that nobody else has, and so all of my shoes, although they follow certain designs, they're all a little bit individual. One, because they're made by hand, and hands create things that are a little bit different one to the next. So it's going to be a really nice, beautiful dark blue. Also, you get to choose your color of leather, what type of sole edge you want to use. There's different style components that can be interwoven in different designs, and so you get a unique product.
They have a very classic look without being old-fashioned, right? They kind of have like a timeless sort of style to them, and of course, being well made and I've never had shoes made for my own feet before, but that was definitely a draw as well.
And some would say that shoemaking is a lost art, but the constant interest Renee receives proves otherwise.
There are so many people who are, for one, interested in learning how to make shoes. I get a lot of inquiries about that on a regular basis. There's also a lot of people who want to know more about where the things that they wear and they use in their daily life, they want to know where they're coming from. Everybody's just very enthusiastic about seeing shoes that are made from good materials, they're made to last, and they do encompass a lot of sort of classic styles. If they don't see the exact shoe that they want, I think they're just waiting for me to come up with it.
The level of craftsmanship is evident in each pair, and knowing that you're wearing something one of a kind is priceless, making the 20 or so hours Renee spends on each pair a worthy endeavor. On Parker Street, I'm Gina Tozy for Go Vancouver.
WesterlyHandmadeShoes.com is the website. She even does custom designs. What do you think you'd want your ideal shoes to look like if you could pick anything in the world? Send us a message about it on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Go Vancouver TV show. I think I'd want a little Go Vancouver logo embossed on the back, maybe? Coming up,
learn to move to the ball, to
Sportstown, BC.
It was in a time capsule.
And we give you a look at some features from upcoming episodes. Welcome back to Go Vancouver on Shaw TV. I'm your host, Paul McClellan. Today, we're at UFV for the Absolute Fashion Show. What exactly is the program that feeds into this fashion show, Bev?
Well, it's a 2-year diploma program, and we feature many options. And unique to our program is the textiles option, and you do surface design, textiles, weaving. You create your own fabric, and then you make those into a garment.
Wow. Now, and I understand you guys are very front of the line, top of the line when it comes to technology?
Yes, we are. We're actually using cutting-edge technology, and where you would take 2D patterns and create them in a CAD program, and then 3D stitch them together in the program, and virtually simulate a prototype. And we're actually going to have this featured on the runway today.
So at the end of 2 short years, how industry ready are the students coming out of here?
The students are very industry ready, and we're so excited to see where they're going to end up in their life careers.
Very cool. If you want to check out more about a fashion career, go to UFV. If you want to check out more about fun family activities, though, we're headed to Richmond. We've got some new options for you.
Fraser Valley Auto Mall's Go Sports is brought to you by Fraser Valley Auto Mall, found online at fvautomall.com.
We've been running our indoor soccer programs here for 13 years. We've been a support mechanism to the community for the most part. We're kind of like piano lessons for the piano player. We're soccer tutors. This is Sportstown, 5 acres of land located in North Richmond. 80,000 square feet of space dedicated to soccer. One structure is a freestanding building, the other is an air-compressed building just like the old BC Place. TSS Academy is located in North Richmond on the Sportstown site. We are the only indoor facility here in the Lower Mainland that caters to soccer in the ways that we do. We have the arena, which we're standing in right now. This is one of our main facilities. It's our arena soccer space. It's about 16,000 square feet and hosts TSS's training sessions as well as adult arena soccer during the week. And there's a bubble at the back of the property, another 30,000 square feet. This is our main training space. We call it the bubble. It's 30,000 square feet. There are 3 separate training areas here that allow us to train upwards of 45 players at any given time spot. The bubble is an air structure facility like the old BC Place Stadium. If we turned the power off, it would be flat as a pancake in 21 minutes.
I thought this would be a great environment for my daughter to be in and help her develop and moving on in soccer, whether it's professional or college or university level.
I learned how to manipulate the ball, defend, making fakes. Just basically a lot of technical things, and I feel that it helps you on the field.
She's put together with players that are like-minded and
are playing at the similar ability as her, and she's being taught proper soccer.
So we learn to move to the ball, to follow our pass, and to change direction, and we learn new touches. I'm a forward player, so I really like doing shooting and passing.
Well, I guess, like I say, it's pretty consistent, right? I mean, we know that we're going to be here every Saturday, no cancellations, and yeah, the environment is great. It's always warm for the girls, and they can worry about what they're doing rather than trying to stay warm and you know, keeping out of the elements.
Fraser Valley Auto Mall's Go Sports is brought to you by Fraser Valley Auto Mall, found online at fvautomall.com.
The Sportstown complex was originally an indoor tennis facility. Now going from that facility to our own Shaw TV facility, in the studio, the GO team is about to give us a look at some upcoming stories.
Welcome to the Shaw TV studios, inside with Paul McClellan, who we've seen filling in for Johanna, who will be back very shortly, and the lovely Skylar from our Access show Outlook TV. Skylar, how are you doing?
I am fabulous. I am 30 and fabulous.
Yes, Skylar just had his 30th birthday.
Yay.
And you've made it here in one piece.
I got through the first 24 hours. You know, I woke up yesterday as a 30-year-old and I felt the exact same as the day before. So it's great.
It's amazing how that happens.
Right?
It's good to know because I'll be hitting that in a few years, you know.
A few years?
A few years.
Well, we'll have to get you then.
I think that's a lie, but...
Now, I know you went out last night for your birthday, and there's lots of other things going on around town right now. And
yes.
With hitting May now, you know, the end of the school year is coming up, but there is a program called Backpack Buddies, and there's a fundraiser coming up at the end of this month to raise money for it. What it is inner city schools, they provide backpacks to kids who don't necessarily have enough to provide for the weekend. So they get a backpack of food to sustain them until they come back to school and get some of those breakfast programs. So there's a fundraiser at the end of the month, and it's called Food for Thought. So it's at the, I think it's at Science World, yeah, and it's kind of a great way to raise some extra money for that program. And I know school is kind of ending soon, but you know, there's always the need.
I like any excuse to go to Science World.
Of course. It's
yes,
so fun
and I
there.
think you're going soon.
We're hosting the show from there next week, so
that's gonna be fun.
Be excited, everybody.
Yeah.
And award season for, I guess, the movies and stuff is kind of over, but there's an award show coming up that you're going to.
Yes, we do have an awards show happening this weekend. It's the Pride Legacy Awards that are happening. What it is, it's a second annual one, and they celebrate achievements of the people in the LGBTQ community who have done outstanding things and essentially achievements and shaped our community. So there's 8 different awards. There's some beautiful trophies to be awarded based on the original 8 colors of the rainbow.
Nice.
Yeah, so the different categories. So sexual health, lifetime achievement, sports, volunteer, art, youth, community leaders, and safe spaces.
I know JAG.
Oh, there we go. So we got some familiar faces going on.
It's a great
already.
way to recognize people in the community for the great work that they've done.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what it is. So the reception is this Sunday, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So
fun. So you're going out again?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it never stops with me. Yep.
Awesome. So we will look forward to a report hopefully afterwards.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Paul, yes, Science World's coming up next week, but tomorrow's show, where are we going?
Before that, Monday actually, we're going to go to the BC Vintage Truck Museum. Lots of cool old stuff, and I don't know, I had fun looking around the whole museum.
All these gauges, the signs, this sign here, this is all original stuff from Shell Oil back in the day. I don't think we had to source out any parts for it. It was like it was in a time capsule.
That is cool. Did you have, do you have a driver's license?
I have
for
a
that?
driver's license. Those some of them are
Okay.
like 100 years old. I didn't even know the place existed. There's a lot of vehicles that have come in, and they've been open for about a year now. So that's out in Cloverdale, and we'll have that on the show Mondays.
We'll have to watch for that, because
Fun.
yeah, a lot of people don't know about it, so we'll have to get some more details from you.
I'm not a car guy, and I had a lot of fun with it.
Looks like you're having fun in that little car there. Yeah.
I got to get on the
chugga,
wheel
chugga.
on a few of them, yeah.
Wonderful. And on Monday's show, I also have a story coming up. It's about a mompreneur who's not just a mom, but also an inventor.
Having a visual support is so important because it teaches the life skills, whether they're child or into adulthood, about scheduling, about personal management, and also just organization in general, and trying to help every person have an easier day.
And high five.
Very honored to say that Easy Daisies has just won its 9th award, and it was the 2014 Canadian Mompreneur of the Year award.
So we'll see that on Monday's show.
Looking forward to it.
So heading out to the Surrey Vintage Truck Museum, heading out to BC
Vintage Truck Museum, boom.
Boom. Heading out Sunday to some awards. Of course, there's lots of other things going on in and around Metro Vancouver. Let's take a look at our Go Local listings.
Don't miss your opportunity to see the award-winning Snafu Dance Theater with the 2011 pick of the Fringe show Little Orange Man and its standalone sequel, Kit and Jane, an interactive survival guide to the near post-apocalyptic future. That one was winner of the 2013 Fringe New Play Award. Sound of Dragon Music Festival is Vancouver's first festival devoted to Chinese music, showcasing a very diverse range of musical styles. Everything from ancient folk to classical, from contemporary to jazz, from world fusion to chamber. The BC Bud Spring Arts Festival at the Fire Hall Arts Centre returns with an explosion of distinctly Canadian new works. They explore the theme of myth, magic, and mystery from May 7th to 11th. Over 30 different music, theater, dance, and interdisciplinary artists will take over the Fire Hall, and the festival is free to the public. Thank you so much for joining us today at the University of the Fraser Valley for the Absolute Style Grad Fashion Show. If you want to see this episode again, check out our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/GoVancouver on Shaw TV. Until next time, I'm Paul McClellan.
And now, let's welcome the models of 2014.